PJ Carlissimo, Pac-12 Networks. FA, you probably don't, and NBA Academy. FA, I'm sure you don't remember, but I remember you when you were playing in Australia, and I was involved with the NBA Academy. Brooks Meek, when you were injured, and you were torn up pretty good, and Brooks Meek, who really ran that program back then, believed what kind of impact player you could be if you got the opportunity. Coach stayed with you. When you were not playing then and you really had kind of a gruesome injury, did you think this could happen, what's happened to you, and coming and playing in the NCAA, playing at Washington State, and the success you enjoyed last year?
Thanks for the question to start with. I wasn't really expecting to be, playing basketball at this level. All I was focused about was just trying to come back, just try to play basketball again, try to be the athlete that I was before I got hurt. So, I wasn't expecting it. It was a huge blessing for me to be here. Last season I wasn't thinking I was going to be what I, performed the way I did, but I did, and, thanks to all the people that supported me.
Kyle, you saw enough before his injury, or that he could develop the way he has, and I don't want to put a ceiling on it. You still have a long way to go, I know, FA, but I just dwell on that. I saw him. There were two guys that Brooks really believed were going to be special players at that academy, and I'm wondering if they're ever going to play again at that point.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was we're coming in the program looking. We have to look at everyone, and I think he has really good coaching over there at NBA Academy, like Marty Clark, and had a relationship with Marty and Jim Shaw, who worked with him there. And his character was impeccable. And you can tell by the type of person he was. So if he could manage his injury, we felt like he'd be pretty good. And then when I got to see him, he wasn't even cleared to play yet. But I phoned it back into the staff. I said, well, he's the best athlete I've seen. And, he didn't really get to play, but he's just so quick off the floor and jumper. I said, well, where we're at, we had to sign 9 guys in over a 6-month period. And I said, well, we'd be very fortunate to have them. And like FA said, it's been a blessing for us, too. It's a blessing for him, but really a blessing for us to have him.
We'll go to Casey.
Casey Jacobson with Pac-12 Networks and Fox. Thanks for being here with us today, guys. So, Tyrell, you did not play last year, so I know you got to be chomping at the bit to get on the court and actually perform. So I want to ask you just about that, how anxious maybe you are to perform at this level in your career. And then to Coach Smith, maybe kind of talk about, you lose Bonton, who had a really nice second half of the season, really coming on strong. And he's kind of Tyrell has to fill some of those shoes, and kind of what you expect from him this year.
Yeah, just as you said, I'm very itchy to play again. I think it's been a year and 7 months right now. I think it'll be a year and 8 by the time I get to the first game. Obviously, my season ended last time I played on a bad note. COVID hit, and then just canceled our conference tournament, or the regular tournament, actually, first round of the regular tournament. And so I opted out and just put in some work. Obviously made the move to transfer, came here, and I think I've been fitting in pretty well, and I'm just ready to get back out there.
Yeah, no, I think Ty's been really a great addition for us. I know he's got the hair, so he replaces Bonton in the same way. We're really, there's a guy I've actually saw play in high school a lot when I was at the University of San Francisco, and he's always been a winner. He won big at UCSD, and they went 30-1, I believe, his last year. And when we talked about having a chance to get him, we're like, I don't know if we have many guys in our program that go 30-1, whether it's junior college, high school, or that. So he's got the DNA to win, and then he brings a lot of the same skill sets that Isaac did, as far as ability to play make, run point, can score, and obviously there's going to be a transition, I'm sure, but we've had a wonderful summer together. And the reason he's down here today is just his leadership, and he's been a great addition to the team, and I think he's really poised to lead us.
Go to Eldridge.
Eldridge Ricalson, Pac-12 Network. Coach, congratulations on your contract extension. I think it was well-deserved. I want to ask FL question, but I'll ask you this first. If you can elaborate a little bit more on Tyrell's game, because I have you guys' first game this year against Alcorn State, and I don't know anything about his game at all. So I don't know if you want to talk about it or if Tyrell wants to talk about it himself. But tell me and tell the fans that are watching what they can expect from number 2.
He's a bucket. All right, you know, Eldridge know, like he's a bucket. That's what he is. He's a combo, like I say, play both spots, and he's got exceptional quickness and good distributor as well. And like I said, good leader. So I think, you know, he can end of the clock, he can get us a bucket, and he puts a lot of pressure on the opposing team's defense.
Okay, and for FA, you know, FA, I called a few of you guys' games last year, and I just was blown away with your athleticism. You know, you reminded me of Sean Kemp. That's what I was telling everybody. This guy jumps like Sean Kemp, which is just phenomenal. But tell me what you worked on over the offseason. Everybody saw you last year. They know you can dunk. You dunked on Worth Alatishe when I had your game at Oregon State, who's another one of the best athletes in the country. But you made him look like he wasn't. So tell me what you worked on this offseason.
I worked on 2 things this season. I was mainly focused on my ball handling, mostly in my shot. My percentages last year wasn't great on the 3, so I've been working a lot on that during the summer.
You want to tell them about your summer experience?
Oh yeah, I had a chance to go to the Nigerian Olympic qualifying team. You know, to try the tryouts for them. You know, it was pretty great. Played with like a lot of NBA players. It was really tough to get into too, but you know, just what it is.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. Yep, thank you.
Jay Drew, Salt Lake City Deseret News. Kyle, as one of the most recent coaching hires in the conference, what advice or what heads up would you give to Craig Smith, who I don't think is related to you, probably not, and also Coach Tommy Lloyd? What would you tell him about the league?
Welcome, first of all, and better bring it every night. It's a challenge. It's excitement. I think that's what attracted all of us here. And they asked me a question like, "Why are you here?" As myself, I said, "Like, you kidding me? You know, John Wooden, Ralph Miller, Mike Montgomery, Lute Olson." So I'm sure they're honored and tickled, and just how competitive it can be. And obviously, Tommy and I go back to WCC days and had some battles there. They eventually separated from us when I was at St. Mary's. But just an exciting league to be a part of now, just off the success we had postseason. And with those 2 additions and their success, I think it'll only be better.
Go to Kevin Dana.
Kevin Dana, Pac-12 Networks. Coach, you've kind of always been a guy leading underdog programs, if you will, from Columbia and USF, and Washington State kind of has that same feel as well. Maybe doesn't get a ton of national attention, but picked to finish 8th this year. But with what you returned, being so young last year and putting together a winning season, how do you feel about kind of your prospects this year to really make a run at this thing and get into the NCAA tournament?
Well, I think our talent is there. Not just the experience is where we're still lacking. We're still very youthful. Jim Shaw, my associate head coach, says we're like a junior college team, age-wise, a little bit of that. But we had some, and I think you do, usually the most growth you'll show is from that freshman and sophomore year, at least 1 year in. So F.A., Deshaun should make a big jump forward. T.J. Bamba should make another jump. So we feel good about it. But we got to do it, and we have to address our ball handling issues, which I think we have with some of our newcomers, and Ty especially. So we're looking forward to it. We have to play with some expectations a little bit, and it's a process for us, and I think we'll compete.
Ben Parker.
Ben Parker, CardinalSportsReport.com. You guys added an interesting grad transfer in Michael Flowers. Just curious to get your thoughts on what you expect him to bring to the team this year.
He's another guy I would describe as a bucket a little bit. He's kind of instant offense, kind of an offense in himself as far as he can end of the clock. He can make baskets, and he can pick and roll. He's really good middle of the floor. He's unselfish. I think there was concerns. He averaged 21 a game at South Alabama, but he fits in really well there. And I think he's going to give us that, whether he's starting and come off the bench, I think he's going to be a guy that you're going to have to account for on the scout. And again, he addresses some of the issues we had last year as far as ball handling. I think he's a really good ball handler, good scorer. He's more than just that.
Okay, we'll go to Bruce Pascoe. Hi, Kyle. This is Bruce Pascoe at the Arizona Daily Star. I was just wondering if, as these NIL deals starts to play out within the conference footprint, but maybe some other schools in the West and nationally, et cetera, what are you seeing there? And do you feel like it's early, but I didn't know if you feel like it could shift things in recruiting, make the playing field more unbalanced or the same, or does it not matter?
I think we're in a wait-and-see approach on exactly how to proceed. I mean, our coaches, we're kind of handcuffed on what we can do and help our guys. We try to give them as much information. I think it only enhances a situation like Washington State because we are the pro team in Pullman and our part of the state in that little region of the country. So, it's going to take some time probably for people to understand what it's about. But I think it gives our guys an opportunity there. I think that's fair.
Okay, we'll go back to Kevin for follow-up.
For FA and Tyrell, just kind of from what you've seen kind of in practice this year, if you can just kind of talk about your excitement going into this season with the roster you guys have.
I just feel like we have more in depth right now. Last year we didn't have a lot of guards playing the front court, but this year there's a lot more depth. We got a lot of guys like Tyrell, Mike Flowers, Williams, stepping out to take that spot. So they are really investing in what we have to do. Those are freshmen coming in, Mohamed Gay, awesome player. I believe next year, this coming season, we're really going to be.
Yeah, just as FA said, I think our depth is really good this year. We have a lot of options. It's just going to take some time for us to gel just because we're so new. There's so many new guys. But once that comes together, I believe in us 100%.
Okay, we got Bruce on follow-up. I was just wondering for all of you, the way you're speaking and with the guys you have back and some of the talent you brought in, I mean, maybe you were picked 8th, I think. Do you feel like that's too low? And how good could this team be?
We'll find out. That's why we play the games. I don't invest too much in that. But we do feel like we were competitive last year, and I think we did. We got experience in the front court. And like I said, addition of some impactful players in the backcourt. But we'll see how it comes together. But the league's good, man. There was 5 or 6 teams that are postseason, and some Elite 8 teams, a Final 4 team, and we got our work cut out for us. But we'll welcome it. Winter's coming. That's our theme. Come on up to Pullman.
Coach, I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. My broadcast partner, Greg Heister, told me, you guys are a tournament team. You just told me you got 2 guys that's the bucket. We all know you got one of the best athletes in the country. So you're trying to tell me pick number 8? Come on, Coach.
There's good teams in this league. We haven't done it. We've got 11th and 10th. We get a lot of, we got to do it. Hopefully 8th will be a little chip on our shoulder. But we got to do it. We've had some success. We've beaten Oregon. We've beaten UCLA. We almost swept Oregon State. We went to the Final 8. So we have some things to build on. We just got to be consistent and keep building there. So, we really don't set big goals at the beginning of the season. It's really process-oriented. I know everyone talks about our analytics, but it really is day-to-day, and you see the growth, and at the end of the day, the results usually happen. So we'll look forward to it.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Awesome.
Awesome. You've got a deep team. Anything a little different schematically that you may have this year that you didn't last year? Anything more at your disposal in terms of, philosophy and coaching changes?
You know what? The biggest thing I think it's the depth is the quickness that we can pressure a little bit defensively. I think with our length, like FA commented on Muhammad, who's a freshman, who's 6'10", 6'11", forward, kind of play center, but he's a good defender in length. And then Ty We have freshman Miles Rice that can really pressure the ball. Jefferson Koulibaly, who was hurt last year, and he's really good. So we got some quickness there, but we've addressed it. Isaac Bonton was a really good defender at the top of the floor, so we're really sturdy. And Noah, I forgot about Noah. Noah's a very athletic kid, so we're a little quicker, but we need someone that they got to develop quickly to be able to handle some of the guards in this league. Tiger Campbell, don't think you're going to be able to gamble on that guy and pressure him and get him out of stuff. But I do think we have a chance to improve in that area, and we should improve ball handling. If we don't, I'm in trouble. We can't handle the ball better than you guys. Eldridge, you can get after me.
I'm about to get after you right now because since you mentioned Noah's name, you talk about you got two guys that's a bucket.
Yeah.
We all saw what Noah did last year, National Player of the Week. You still just going to go for being all right at number 8?
We've been a little banged up. We've been a little hurt. We've had some guys that take a little time away from the program. But no, with Noah, he's an all-conference talent, so that would help a lot. He'll be good. We got FA, Noah, the experience. All right, we've got some inexperienced guys, but we'll see. Some good teams ahead of us.
All right. I'm going to let y'all.
We've got time for one last question. PJ in the back left.
Kyle, what happened in Indianapolis with the league, the success the league enjoyed? How does that translate to Washington State?
I think it gave us a huge confidence boost, especially like Oregon State with the ride they had, and knowing that we played 2 really tough games with them. We beat them at our place, and we lost a tight one at their place. And just knowing, I thought the league was good. And then to get that national respect, there's no doubt we were working out in the spring and kind of our chest puffed out and proud of our league and what we've done. And we beat a Final Four team with 6 freshmen. And they also beat us pretty good at their place. But there's room there to grow, and I think the whole league probably feels the same way. And we look forward to non-conference, see what we can do, and get ourselves ready for league.